what, David?
What?
You know what I have to say to the COVID-19 virus?
What do you want to say to COVID-19?
Fuck the COVID.
Fuck
Fuck,
the
fuck,
COVID.
fuck the
Fuck,
COVID. Fuck the COVID.
fuck,
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 fuck
fuck
the
the COVID.
COVID.
That's what we say to the COVID. Fuck COVID. 3 weeks in. This is the Teamstars Talkcast. Can't stand this shit. And I just want to go out and hang out with my homies. But we're still stuck at home. And you know what? That gives me and David to do the thing we do best. Consume! So, that's what we're going to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
we are very big consumers here.
Especially,
We get conned left and right. Bezos, he's got my number. He's got
I have zoomed.
what do you got?
I have zoomed so many Zooms. It's
Oh
fucking.
yeah, I gotta get that Zoom.
Gotta.
Those classes. I got my
Mhm.
classes on Zoom.
Gotta
I
fucking
got my
mute yourself.
my sex life is on Zoom.
Oh.
Everything's on Zoom. I'm a big Zoomer now.
hey.
Everyone's a Zoomer.
Zoom. Hey, you better learn Ubby Dubby because it's Zoom, Zoom, Zoom right after this. Hey.
I
Yeah.
want you in my room. You know what I'm saying?
Zooma, zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. So, I don't even know where to fucking start.
Wait, no, that song is Boom, Boom, Boom.
Make my
Never
heart
mind.
go, my supernova girl. Are we doing fucking Xenon here?
Man, I don't even know what those bands are called.
Oh shit, my brother knows. He'd know if I asked. Nah, dude, it's fucking Xenon. We're gonna do Z4, COVID in space. It'd be fucking awesome. Zetus Lupita's bitch.
In space, they can't hear you cough.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, David, I'm certain you have a list, and I'm certain.
Well, if we're gonna start with that,
Okay. Yeah, you take the reins.
COVID update, people. Guess what? It's May, right?
Yeah.
It started in March. March Madness. Haha. No, it's Mad May. I'm fucking mad. Okay, I'm mad at all of. I'm not even mad at the virus. To be honest, the virus is just its own thing. It's doing what it wants.
It's doing what it needs to survive, man. What can you do? It's COVID.
Yeah, it's it's having a hard time trying to get a job. It just wants to connect with people, you know.
It's like, I came from a bad. I mean, what do you want? That's what COVID sounds like. Don't fucking debate me. That's its voice.
All right. I'm not so, but Jesus, humans' response to COVID, fuck people.
Yeah.
Someone actually coughed on a loved one of mine. Fuck them. They are garbage. I want them to be extradited from Earth forever. Fuck them.
Did they get?
Um,
Did they get the COVID?
no,
No.
thankfully.
Okay.
But this person could have had it.
Dude, if that happened to me, I would have fucking, like, decked them. Like, I never do that. I'd never do that, but if someone intentionally tried to get me sick through whatever, or, like, fucking lick me or whatever, I would not let that stand. Even if they, like, ran faster than me or whatever, I would do whatever it was in my power to harm them. Fuck that. That sucks. And they hit you first. They initiated the fucking whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. Well, it was.
it's in my right. It's self-defense.
Yeah. When cops get spit on, they tackle your ass.
True.
So, yeah.
That is fucked up.
So, yeah, it's one of the worst things. I heard about one of the worst news. Personal, but just in general, I'm working in a public place, and masks are necessary where I work. And you know, oh God, people are so fucking selfish and insufferable during this shit. Oh, I have to wear a mask. It's uncomfortable. Oh, it's uncomfortable. You would be comfortable putting people's lives on the line and maybe killing them. Thanks. I'm glad to know you're fucking garbage before you enter the door, you piece of shit.
Who works there or what? Like,
no, customers. Just so spoiled. I fucking drove past these. I actually saw them in person. The goddamn protests.
Mm-hmm.
People holding up American flags all together and signs. They brought their kids, and their crosses, I guess because it's against religion.
Mm-hmm.
This virus shit. The fuck off. People are getting hurt, and you know what? You should be lucky you don't get the virus too. But you know what? You fucking deserve it if you don't give a shit, and you're putting even your kids at risk. Fuck you. Uh, Masks. You're a threat if you don't wear a mask. Okay, you're a threat. I consider you a piece of shit, and unfortunately, I have two jobs now. One job takes it seriously. The other job, is viewed as optional or something discouraged. And having to straddle that line is a bitch because I want to get paid,
Mm-hmm.
and I fucking hate stupid people. And I get to see both sides. Fuck the people that don't
Isn't
care
it
because
worse now in the
oh,
country? Or...
I mean, people aren't stopping getting it.
Yeah.
It's still contagious, but people are getting more and more less tolerant of health guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
They God, people, do you really need to go out to a restaurant when this shit's going
Yep.
on? Like, d people are so fucking
Do you have to
spoiled.
go to the beach
D-
too? So many people are going to the beach. Like,
It's summer. I want to go out. I want to work. I mean, if you need to, it's like, and also just the thing about the masks. Masks are like a form of proto fucking herd immunity. If everyone's wearing a mask, the virus is not going to spread as much. But people think it's uncomfortable, and they whine and bitch about it. And it's funny. Some people, they have the mask ready, and I'm about to open the door, and they watch me to see if I'm gonna let it slide or not. Like, just put on the mask. You have it in front of you. Just put it on. Okay? Just Jesus Christ. You really don't care? Just do it. Fuck. I mean, you'll get used to it. It's weird at first, but everyone should be doing it. So can you please just get with the fucking program?
I would just like to stop that statement. I mean, do your little rant real quick to make a statement.
Go ahead.
You have frightened me that entire time. I have never been more frightened of David than in that whole rant.
Oh, oh
That
yeah.
that was a
I
horrifying
try to
film of
keep.
David.
Oh, I try to keep my rage at bay for things that deserve it. And people who haven't seen me get pissed off, just be. That's just. You don't have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But when shit pisses me off, I have to let it out because I don't keep that shit in. If you keep it in, it'll fuck you up. So, fuck people. I'm mad and Mad May. This is May Day. People are dying, and fuck you.
You know, it's funny. I went to every now and then I'll go to get something like fast food because it's late at night and no one's gonna cook. Like, I mean, I guess I could make something, but it's really inconvenient. So the other night I went to McDonald's. By the way, it was one of the worst service I had at McDonald's, but I'm not gonna talk about that. I saw this couple like knocking on the door of the McDonald's. Like, you're not gonna let. They weren't wearing masks. Like, can we come in? Can we go get some food? And like he was walking around looking for someone to let them in, and I'm like, are you fucking daft? Like, there's a long line at McDonald's drive-through because you cannot fucking walk in. There's a lot of people because nobody can exit their vehicle to walk into the store and purchase food. Okay? Why would you think you could go in anywhere? Like, you can go to the supermarket because you need to physically go in to purchase the food. You don't even have to do that anymore, but it's more convenient that way. Or, well, less cost effective. You can go to the drive-thru to get your fucking McDonald's or order it on your phone. You are not getting in that building, fool. Like, what do you think is going on here? And then
Yeah, you daft punk.
you were just waiting for me to shut up so you could make that joke. And I've seen people walking into my store, and some of them are wearing masks. No, no, most of them, like almost everyone's wearing masks, and I'll see one or two people not wearing masks. And I'm like, that is fucked. But in my head, in my mind, I thought, okay, well, this guy's not wearing a mask, but everyone else is. So everyone else is safe from this guy. But then it gives out this idea, well, if I don't wear, everyone else is wearing a mask, so it's okay if I don't wear a mask, So it's like, either it's okay for one person to wear a mask or nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either everyone wears
I
one
mean,
or
it's
nobody
like,
does. There you go. That's what I meant.
yeah, it's like with vaccines, man. It's like at a certain point in vaccines, a certain amount of people have to have a vaccine for it to be
Uh
effective.
huh.
But if pockets of people don't, then it'll start coming and spreading again,
Hmm.
like goddamn measles and all that shit of the not of the anti-vaxxer
It
people. I mean,
it's all just older, stubborn people. Like these are the
yeah,
people.
most of it is older people.
Hmm. They're bitching and moaning and complaining. Listen, listen. I know you're old. I know life sucks. I know it's getting worse, and you enjoy the little things in life that make it like bearable. But we are living through a modern day crisis, and you do not get to fucking enjoy the same things like you used to. Things are changing. Things are different, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to comply, or eventually, the police are gonna have to get involved. It'll if it gets that bad, police are just gonna be all right. If you're not gonna wear a fucking mask, we're throwing you out. If you're gonna have parties, we're shutting it down. Like you can't just do these things because you don't feel like it. It's mandatory. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. The earlier you stick to your guns and chill out, the sooner you can get back to partying. I mean, it's that simple.
You think I don't want to go
Uh,
out to like fucking Little Tokyo or Round One or all my different little weeb spots to just do whatever the fuck? Like, you don't think I don't want to go back to fucking Little Tokyo or Round One or all my different little weeb spots to go fucking just do all the normal things I used to do, like go and have fun. Of course I want to do that. Like, there's so much shit I miss doing, but like, what can we do? What can we do? Okay, it's suffering. I have been doing my part. I've been saving money from the job because that's the smart thing to do. Okay, nobody else has a job. Everyone who's working now is getting more money than usual. Save that shit. You need that shit because once this is all over, you know, we're not gonna get that extra pay. We're not gonna get the stimulus check. Use it if you need it. If you don't, save it. And like if uh if you need some little enjoyment, just go ahead and get yourself a little something. Order it online or whatever. At least then it'll make it a little bit more bearable, you know? That's why me and David, I mean, we do this shit anyway, but we got like games and stuff. It doesn't take that much out of my paycheck, okay? I can get a game or whatever, and that'll last me like weeks or a month, depending on the game. I'm fine. I even got a tablet. I just got a new tablet, and it's been awesome. That thing has been keeping me occupied like you wouldn't believe. So, you know, it's hard, but there are ways to go around it. And if you don't want to comply, then that's your fucking fault. And what you said was right, David. Maybe they do deserve to get the virus if that's the way they're going to be looking at it.
yeah, mostly older people. I mean, the way they whine and shit, I would expect more from people that are older than me. You know, like putting on a mask is not much to ask for. You breathe a little bit harder, and that's it. I mean,
I mean,
some people have been fucking melting down over the masks and shit, but these people are that just haven't. I feel like they haven't gone through much in their life to react to this shit like this.
you know, honestly, David, that's a decent enough argument, right? Like we've been living in such a peaceful era of time that this shit, like, we've never people maybe our age or younger have never experienced something like this. This is our, you know, God, what's a good thing to compare it to?
I mean, there
This
was
is
the
our
Spanish
Great
flu, but
Depression, you know.
also like World War II, Great
World War
Depression.
Two. There you go. That's what I was thinking. This is our war. This is our Cold War. This is our thing we have to get through. You know, every generation's
This is
got
our
that. This
moment.
is this. Yeah. 9/11. 9/11. This is comparable to 9/11. This is bigger than 9/11, man. 9/11 was just,
Yeah, it's global.
you know, it affected mostly the US. This is global. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, honestly, talking about it just depresses the fuck out of me. So, is there anything else you wanted to add before we jump into our fun topics?
Oh, well, I think just the difference of trying to understand why maybe maybe in retrospect it won't be as different, but I feel like there is a lot of pushback for trying to protect people in what's going on.
Uh,
It's because there isn't it's not simple. Things are changing about how the virus works and what people should do.
yeah.
Also, there isn't like a simple common enemy like the Nazis or
No.
the Russians or anything
Uh,
like or the like or Iraq or something like
you
it's
could
not simple as
consider the
something to get
virus.
behind it. There isn't a scapegoat
Yes, yes,
to
yes.
lay your anger at. So people are just angry at I don't know everyone I guess.
At the COVID.
Well, just any sort of resistance to what they want to do,
I have
they'll be angry.
I
So
have noticed that customers at work have been way more like on the edge than usual, and I've had low tolerance too. Like I don't want to deal with anybody anymore. I'm slowly getting fucking tired of my job because of COVID, man. Everyone's just unbearable, and rightfully so, because this sucks. But if you're wearing a mask at the very least, or maybe even gloves, you you're allowed to bitch, you know, because you're going through it like everyone else is. We all have a mutual thing to be upset about. Anyway, was that it, David?
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take an impromptu break just to see.
So maybe you should go.
Okay. All right. This just in. I just saw scrolling through the news that we're letting people dine again. We're opening diners again. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I saw videos of people in a restaurant all crowded and shit.
okay. So how are they just gonna take out the tables in restaurants or something? Like how are we gonna limit how many people can eat in a restaurant?
Oh, they're just not, probably, you know?
What do you mean?
They're just gonna resume business as usual, or what do you mean?
I mean, I heard that some restaurants were gonna limit the tables in their place, but like, is every restaurant gonna do that? Last I checked, a lot of them had them rooted to the ground. You know, how the fuck were they gonna take those out?
Yeah, I don't know. Some businesses just can't handle the transitions. I mean, Soup Plantation is going under because they
Oh,
can't
don't
open at all.
tell me! Don't remind me. That's my favorite restaurant
Oh,
ever.
oh, that's sad, man. I'm
They're
sorry.
fucking. There's the one place I love to eat a salad because I can make it exactly the way I wanted it. I can't even go back.
You don't like the Sizzler salad bar?
Ugh. I mean, the salad bar is great, but who gets salad at the fucking Sizzler salad bar?
I
I
do.
do too, but that's not the point. At, dude, Soup
Okay.
Plantation had the bombest chili, the best clam chowder, and those little pizza squares. I'll take 10.
Oh yeah,
So,
the pizza squares were good. The brownie, but the little
oh
brownies,
god,
that
you're
was
making me
fun.
sad.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll
It's
stop.
okay. My other favorite restaurant was Norm's, and that's gotten worse because I live near one now, so it's uh, this is no longer a treat. It's now the option. But anyway, it's crazy. How are we gonna move forward from this? Like, shit's not gonna be the same. You know,
Well,
business practices aren't gonna be the
depending on,
same.
oh, it just depends on how long the virus is gonna stay around for, man. Because businesses are closing, um, and hopefully at some point things will start going back up.
Uh,
Because people are gonna have money, people are gonna have to spend it, people want to spend it. It just how from when it starts depends on when we can get this virus shit handled.
there is one thing I have been trying to get since I got my stimulus check, and it has taken so fucking long for them to restock them. I'm losing faith that I'm gonna get one. That's why I got a tablet, because I'm like, okay, I have money. I want to get one thing that's good. I'm gonna get a tablet. S6 Galaxy, the latest Galaxy tablet, latest Samsung tablet. That thing's fucking awesome. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I don't want to get into that. Fucking Oculus is selling Oculus Rift S's everywhere in the world except for the US. And I looked up that there's a back order until July 6th. And like, where the fuck are these people getting the Oculuses? I can't get a single one. It's like in back order, and I'm like, where'd you back order them? Where the fuck am I gonna go back order it if everywhere I go it's, oh no, we're sold out. Oh, I'll just put notify me. Oh, yeah, it's in stock. I was not. You didn't even send me an email. Didn't even send me an email. Best Buy does, but it sends it straight to my trash fucking email. Are you serious right now? So I am losing faith I'm ever gonna get one. I bought a PC so I could play fucking top quality new games and finally try out VR. I got some VR games from a bundle and I can't even play them because of fucking COVID. Ah! It's a first world problem and god damn it, I'm gonna be angry about it.
Yeah, you can't get into your VR chat avatar of I don't know, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
No, it's gonna be Griffith, but he's naked. That's good enough.
All right, it's okay. It's gonna be him. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Anyway.
All
right. So let's continue with Mad May. Well, I'm sorry you can't get an Oculus. I would like to try out your Oculus, but I don't want to infect your Oculus with my Coronas.
I could totally get any other VR. I could get the Steam VR if I wanted to. I don't. But the thing is, I live in a tight space, and the Oculus has everything in it except for the remotes. Like, it reads everything, the gyros in that thing. And if I wanted to get a different one, it's like, oh, you gotta get these boxes, though, so it can match your steps. And I'm like, I don't have the fucking room for that, okay? The Oculus feels like the compact VR, and I want that one. And they're not restocking. But whatever. I can wait an eternity, but something tells me I'm never getting this fucking thing unless I pay the outrageous markup on fucking eBay, which, by the way, has been the tits, and I've been buying a lot of cool shit on eBay. I shouldn't have. But whatever.
Oh, I hope you get it, man, so you can get all your virtual outdoor activities that you can't have anymore.
I mean, I've been tempted to get PS VR, but I'm like, that's worse. That is worse than Oculus VR. No point.
I mean, if it's cheap, I mean, I got it.
Yeah, but
it's a cool thing, but yeah.
If I can get something better,
I understand.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, enough of that. No more COVID. No more Oculus. Unless you wanted to.
Well, let's. Mad May continues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you told everyone to be responsible and save their money, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am definitely not an example of that. I went out and bought a car.
Hey, I heard about that.
I got a Toyota Atom. No, I didn't get it. Adam Corolla.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
So I got a Nissan. Yeah, I came up with that.
I had to fucking digest that. Holy shit, that's fucking great. Wow, you got a genuine laugh out of me. Clap it up for you.
Yeah, once in your fucking life. Anyway.
Oh, shut up.
So I got a tiny cheap sedan, used. I was looking around for it because I figured, hey, dealerships are probably on fire right now, and they're trying to get rid of all their stock. So, maybe there's some good deals out there. So I went looking around, checked some dealerships, and this is my first time getting a car. First time going to dealerships. I brought a friend with me who's been to that before, has some experience, and he helped me out. But goddamn, the experience of the dealership is a shit show. I mean,
markup.
Generally, and I guess this is a good thing, they generally try to sweet talk you and be like, oh, this is such a cool car. Oh yeah, cool. And then once you get to inside in the office and they're talking about price, they start pushing you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to get it now? How much do you want to get it now? Like, I'm looking around for cars, man. I'm looking for what I want. Like, can I not just shop around? You want to pressure me, put me in financing to get it now?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, people are this might be the super ultra depression, and you want me to buy a car? Like, can you like give me some time,
Well,
buddy?
to his
Um,
defense, you did fucking go there to buy a fucking car. So, yes, David, he does expect you to leave with the car. Le tout
well,
avec moi.
you know, maybe I'm just a naive, stupid boy, but
Yeah.
I like to get the best value for my buck.
Yes.
So I don't appreciate when people, want me to buy something if I'm not sure about. All right.
Good point.
And and overall, the dealership experience has been mostly negative. I mean, I've saw this shit coming. I've seen videos about dealerships and negotiating and the bullshit, but man, uh, some of it is just dumb. Cause I went over 50 miles to this one dealership because of a car that I thought would be cool.
And it was bad.
Um, well, no, the car was okay. I mean, it wasn't as good as I thought. Um, but when we went to negotiate, they wanted to add more than $2,000 worth of their dealer bullshit
Mm-hmm.
onto the car, and they would not budge on the negotiating. They wouldn't. They like there was more than 2,000, and they wouldn't budge on that. I'm like, wow, you know what? And they would. I already have before I even went to the dealerships. I got myself a car loan from a local credit union, so I already had the money. I just had to set up the contract.
Yeah.
I mean, so but that specific guy wouldn't accept it. He said I had to go through his financing at least for 3 months. I'm like, that sounds like a fucking scam, bro.
Yeah, it does sound like a fucking
So
scam. Fuck that.
so I was like, nah. Also, you know what? I don't fault that guy as the boss, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fault him because if that's the hustle he has to push at his dealership, whatever. But the sales guy was such a which I mean he was his demeanor was okay. He was nice and friendly, but I really disliked when he fucking lied to me about how they were gonna run my credit. He was very evasive about how the credit was gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Kevin, you don't know much about credit,
That's fine.
but so basically, there's a difference between a soft credit check and a hard credit check. Hard credit checks can last on your report for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pain in the ass. So I asked him straight up, "Hey, is this gonna be a soft one or a hard one?" And he was like, soft." And I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I shouldn't have took his word for it. I should have got an actual answer for him, but I'm just too trusting.
Yeah.
And it
I
came
feel
up,
that.
and after I left that place, it was a fucking hard check.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He straight up lied to my face, and fuck him. I wanted to call him up afterwards and say, "Hey, fuck you. I got a card not from your place, and fuck you for lying to me." But I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
cause I'm a nice guy, I guess.
I feel that. I feel that. You know, just the other day, uh, you know how I mentioned I went to McDonald's and it was a really bad experience. I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna mention it, but only because they fucked up our order twice. Like
Oh
they
shit.
put things on the order that we didn't ask for, and so we're like,
Mhm.
hey, we asked for a large drink, not a large fries, and so
Oh
like, oh,
shit.
okay, we'll give you the refund and we'll give you back whatever, right? And they fucked up, so I just kind of assumed the second time that all the food was in there. So we leave and we go pick up something else, and then while my dad is going to go do his thing, I'm just in the car, and I like check in the bag. It's like, oh, okay, what's in here? And I realized that they leave off two sandwiches from me. I got a 2 cheeseburger meal, and I didn't get one. And I guess my dad wanted they have like a 2 for 3, and they only gave him one, so I ended up paying
Yeah.
$2 for the one sandwich, even though he wanted two for three.
Oh man.
So we go back like, well, even if they didn't, they're missing my sandwich. And so we go up, and she's like, "Hey, you already got a refund for this. I don't know where that third fries went, but I personally did this, and it was the manager. Like I put 3 burgers in here. I don't know where the third one went, but there was in there when I put them." I'm like, "No, okay, there were 2 sandwiches in there. No, look, like, I personally put 3 in there. Blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know where the third one went, but there was 3 in there when I put them." I'm like, okay, listen. I know you think that you gave me 3 sandwiches. There is only 2 in there. Now, are you calling me a fucking liar? Because I swear to God,
Mm-hmm.
it's not on the back seat and it ain't in my stomach. So if it's not in here, you didn't give it to me. And I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. She probably did give somebody 3 sandwiches. It wasn't me. And I'm going to be very clear. I didn't say any of that. I just kept on telling you, there's 2 sandwiches in here. I wanted 3. You didn't give it to me. I kept pushing her until she finally like just shoved it into our car. The third cheeseburger. I'm like, I don't even need a second cheeseburger. Okay, it was this 2 cheeseburger meal. I don't even need a fucking second cheeseburger. Okay, I don't need a hate-filled burger from you. But we paid for 2. You gave us 1. I don't care if you think you put 3 in there. It wasn't in there, and you kept fucking lying. Like you kept insinuating I was lying. I don't lie to people. I couldn't be more trustworthy of a person. I hate when people lie, and when you ask me how I feel, I tell you the truth. She don't know me. I don't know her. But that pissed me off. And I got my food.
Mm.
I savored it because I know she didn't want me to have it. And people just like to do that. They just kind of assume they're right and they're smarter than you and you're fucked. Why would I go back?
Well, that attitude is fucked.
Yeah. Why would I go back 2 times and probably waste gas the amount of the sandwich I paid for it just so you could give me a free sandwich? I know you gave me a refund before. You did not give me my cheeseburger. So what the fuck is going on here? I don't wanna
Yeah,
mention it,
food tastes.
but
Oh, sorry.
that just reminded me. That just reminded me of it. Like I'm gonna mention it now because you had a bad experience with these assholes at the thing.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. And you reminded me. You know, the best condiment for a meal is definitely spite.
Mhm.
Really adds to it.
Mhm.
Um. So, uh, yeah. You know, if just assume you messed up. If Kevin's not a sketchy piece of shit and is actually like has been wronged, just give him the fucking shit. It's not your money. It's not your thing. Unless your manager is gonna complain about it, just fucking do
I'll
it.
give
I
her
don't know.
more of the benefit of the doubt. We did get a refund, and it does seem kind of shady that you come back a second time to get more free shit. But think about it. If I were smart and I was trying to fuck you over, why would I come back a second time after I already got a refund if you didn't fuck up my order? Which you did. It wasn't in my car.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the bag. You know? And it wouldn't piss me off. Like, honestly, I'd just be like, whatever, like, let's just go home. But we paid for it, okay?
Yeah. If you paid for it, you lost things out of that
Mhm.
transaction
And
that you didn't intend. I mean that.
if I know I can complain and get my shit back, I totally am. Okay? It's a fucking McDonald's. Like, you don't lose anything from giving me that. But,
Hmm.
whatever.
I mean, I have had to deal with people complaining, but it's complaining about shit that's not anyone's fault and it's not their problem. So can you stop?
I know.
So so yeah, you're fine, Kevin. You know that's not that's well within your right, and I think it's fine because you otherwise you had to just deal with losing money for getting nothing. So it's like fuck that.
And I get mad. Like, of course, after I'm like, that bitch, like, blah, blah, blah. But then I think about it and I calm down and I'm like, everyone's life sucks right now. And I can try to be, like, angry about it, or spiteful about it, just like she was. But at the end of the day, we're both suffering shit. And, COVID and whatnot. You know, sometimes you just gotta, just forget it. Like, it's what's done is done. Everything happened.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do?
Just forget it with a nice ice cold Coca-Cola from McDonald's.
Hell yeah. Or a nice cold Coke Energy, which of course is just Red Bull and Coke mixed together in a fucking can.
I tried that recently. It's actually pretty alright.
I like it. It's fine, but I would just get a Red Bull. Like, I like Red Bull. I must have endorsed Red Bull before on the Talkcast. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have. You have.
Hell yeah. This is the fucking complain cast. Holy shit.
No, this is Mad May.
Mad
Alright,
May?
we're getting it done now.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to get mad about. I guess customers at work have been shitty.
No,
But
I do.
already went on. God damn it, David. Alright, go ahead. This is making me shake. I was like, God, oh, I'm so angry.
One big last part of Mad May, but it's been throughout this whole couple weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck UPS.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes! Fuck UPS. We're talking about the trucks, right?
Oh yeah, not your penis. UPS.
Okay, yeah.
So I live. I graduated. I graduated. I'm supposed to get my. I can't pick up my graduation cap and gown
Uh-huh.
because of COVID. So I have to have it shipped.
Yes, and it...
They shipped it through UPS. I live really close to where I would have picked it up from. So I could have got it within a day.
Uh-huh.
But because I had to get it through UPS, they said it would take 2 days.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay. 2 days pass, and they're like, oh, it's in this far transit facility for some reason. We don't know when it'll get to you.
Mm.
Okay, a week goes by. Oh, it's coming tomorrow. After you already can't participate in your virtual commencement because the deadline passed.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't able to take pictures. Fuck you, UPS.
Dude,
Really?
I have had multiple altercations with UPS, and there
Me
is
too.
a dead zone in the whole UPS system. What do they call their just UPS warehouse? Is that where they keep their stuff?
Their distribution centers.
Yes.
I've worked for UPS before.
There is a dead zone black hole of no escape that I call. Well, maybe I shouldn't say the exact location, but it's a specific UPS distribution center. Every time I see that my package is there, I get the fucking shivers. I remember
Yeah, I've had that before too.
one time there was a very expensive, like over 100, maybe even more than $150 figure that I bought. I bought the special edition. I mean, I could have gotten it cheaper anyway, right? But I got the special edition, which came with specific parts, and I'm like, a fucking loser nerd. I gotta get the specific one. And so they ship it through UPS, and I'm like, it never came. I spent a lot of money on this, and because it was gone, like I lost. Like for 2 weeks, I was like waiting for a response. I waited a week for it to come. It didn't. I tell the website I bought it from, like, hey, it didn't come. And they're like, okay, they're looking into it. It's like, oh, okay, they lost your package, so we're gonna send you another one. And I'm like,
Oh.
that's fine and everything. Like, can you at least give me better shipping? He's like, no, that probably isn't gonna happen again. But if anything happens, just let us know. Like, okay, sure enough, it did come and it's fine. I've never got that other package and never came. When Amazon, prior to this, that's the worst that's ever happened is when they straight up lost an $160 package. Prior to that, I had an Amazon package that was shipped to that exact UPS location, and I never saw that copy for like a week. Amazon was really cool. They gave me a new copy, and I ended up actually getting that other copy. I've mentioned this before on the Talkcast, I'm sure. So I ended up with 2 copies of Pokemon Shield, and I gave one to a friend. So that was cool. But it shouldn't have happened to begin with. It worked out in the end, but that should never have happened. After that...
Oh, with Amazon. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, well, actually, go ahead if you're going to chime in.
Oh well, Mass Effect 3. I've had an Amazon package. I don't remember if it was UPS, but it was. I pre-ordered it. It's supposed to come. It didn't come. I called customer service, and they're like, "It said it was delivered." I don't have a
Yeah,
package.
that's exactly what happened to me too.
It was. It delivered not to me.
Mhm.
So can I get another one? And thankfully they did, and I got it. But yeah, that's so stupid when that
I got the
happens.
best case scenario in that. Like, if I didn't have a
Yeah.
friend, because my friend had no money at the time, and he had a job but he lost it, so I'm like, I'm gonna throw him a bone. I could have sold that for money. I could have like done whatever I wanted with that. That I lucked
Yeah,
out.
you could have licked the Switch cartridge and have that terrible reaction.
Hell yeah. But anyway, referring to that same UPS dead zone, fucking, we'll just call it the dead zone from now on. I recently had a package. Man, I can't remember what it was, and I just bought it recently too. It might have been some sort of card or something I bought on eBay. But sure enough, it hit that UPS, and I didn't see it for like a day. I was so scared when I didn't see it that first day, and the second day, like, no, it's on its way. That fucking UPS is the bane of my existence, and I am afraid to order anything from anywhere because I know somehow they're gonna fuck it up and send it there to the dead zone. Uh.
I've had a different
I mean,
experience.
I've looked it
Oh,
up.
you what's up?
This specific UPS has horrible low ratings. Fuck
Mhm.
that UPS. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I'll say that recently I was trying to get Final Fantasy 7 because they had a little promo code from GameStop.
Oh.
So I bought it from there, and they had to ship it through UPS. Okay. It gets. I'm able to track the van, I guess
Uh.
now. And over the course of like 2 3 days, Kevin, I've told Kevin, I see the truck near my place in like the morning, and then by the end of the day, I still don't have the package.
Mm.
And then they say, oh, we don't know when we'll get it to you. You could have just drove like 2 minutes and dropped it off.
I don't know how
But
UPS works. Like,
I suspect it's because yeah, and I because I do know how UPS works. It's how well, I suspect I haven't been a driver, but the order in which you scan the package into the truck is the order it gets delivered.
yes,
Even though that's incredibly inefficient
yeah, it
and
is.
not what Amazon does. Like I mean, I've worked for both, and so Amazon gets you on a path depending on which packages are closer to each
Yeah.
other. So you go in a little route, and that's smart, right? I'm guessing UPS goes in the order the packages are in the truck, no matter where they are. Because I saw that van go from this place to like 7 miles to the east, and then 10 miles to the north. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing going? This is not a organized, efficient route at all.
Uh-huh.
No wonder these guys get paid a lot because they drive over the fucking place.
Maybe there's like some sort of quota that they drive around for a certain. That'd be the stupidest thing ever. But could you imagine? Like they purposely skip fucking packages so they can hit that driving quota. It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. Uh,
Well,
I did not enjoy UPS. I couldn't hack it. I was not fast enough. Even though UPS is incredibly slow, I was not fast enough worker at UPS. Can you believe that
I have a
shit?
friend that worked for UPS, and they they fucked up their back so bad that they are now in constant pain. They're very young, like our
Oh,
age, and he's like in constant pain having to go. They pay him like money. What do you call that? Workers' comp?
it's a disability.
Yeah, disability check, and
That's not worth it,
it
man.
isn't. It
Yeah.
isn't. But he's getting more
I mean,
because the doctors haven't been able to see him because of the COVID.
uh, the reason I stopped working is because I got injured in my back, my lower back.
Mm.
They sent me to this local work hospital. It's very weird. And they took X-rays of me, and they couldn't find any issues. The doctor said, "Oh well, we can see what's wrong with the bones, but not with the muscles."
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense." So he just gave me what's it called? Uh,
Icy hot.
opioids, opioid epidemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me opioids, to get me addicted.
By the end, you're just like, mom,
So
mom, 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 mom,
I
mom,
need I
mom,
need I need heroin. Okay, I need it now. I need that
mom.
that Ray Charles
Is the
shit. Okay.
breakfast done yet, mom? No.
So I didn't take any of that. I should have sold it, but just kidding. Just kidding, FBI. Just kidding. Um, so they had me stop working, and you know what? They were nice, but I just think UPS is just incredibly inefficient, and the only reason they're really around is because they're so large and they're so relied upon.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It takes forever. Sometimes your packages get fucked up or lost, and you know what? Fuck UPS. Mad May over.
Fuck the UPS.
Fuck
Fuck
the
the
UPS.
UPS. Fuck the UPS. Fuck
Fuck
the
the UPS.
UPS. I'm gonna make sure that is in sync when I edit this. Make sure that both of that is in sync.
Oh yeah, it's bringing sexy back. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. All right. Well, that was the bitch cast. We're gonna name that the bitch cast. God damn.
Yeah,
Or
and
May
our clip
Madness
on
is fine
YouTube.
too.
I like Mad May better. I was thinking about that.
Mad May, whichever it was, because I'm thinking of March Madness with fucking basketball, right?
Yeah.
Well, is that it? Are we done bitching?
Okay. Oh, one tiny bit.
Oh, I can always count on David to have one last thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, I'm just gonna say, well, I'm thankful. It's not Thanksgiving, but I'm
The
thankful
Thankful Cast.
I get to spend at least one day to rest and do the talkcast because
Oh God.
I've been working 12 days straight because I got a new job.
Mhm.
So, but I'm glad I could talk to you, Kevin, and see what's going on
I just miss.
and have a good
I
time.
just miss human interaction. Um, the only time I saw anyone that wasn't my family was actually David when he brought me my copy of Persona R, which we are going to talk about. I fuck, this is, I always look forward to this because this is like a de-stressing thing, you know. We just bitched about so much shit because there's so much is going on with fucking COVID, but it seriously helps out. I always look forward to these when we do it. So thank you, David. Thank you, and I appreciate that we can do this. Appreciate you.
I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating.
My balls are dripping. Yeah, so I think it's about time we got into the fun shit.
Yay!
What do you want to talk about first? You want to go into the games?
We got them games.
Alright, so we're gonna get the most obvious one out of the way first. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I haven't played yet.
What?!
Yeah.
Oh, I finished that. I have opinions on it already. Damn, I was really hoping we could talk about it. Are you serious? Are you serious?
I've worked 12 days straight. I had no time.
Yeah, find the time! Okay. Well, we can't talk about that. I will just say I enjoyed it. And we'll leave it at
Oh,
that.
that's great.
Next game. Persona 5R. That I know we both played.
Oh yeah, last time I played a fifth of it. I'm now 150 hours in.
I
beat it.
just beat Futaba. I love this fucking game. Is such a vast improvement on the other one. It is insane. Persona 5R, more copies, please. That game fucking rocked. I'm still in it, and as soon as I beat Futaba's dungeon, I was out. Am I gonna play it again?
What do you mean?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Yep. As soon
Okay.
as I beat Futaba's dungeon, I'm done.
You're gonna miss all the new shit, Bowie.
I realized Okumura was next. I hated that guy's dungeon. I didn't want to do it again. I had a good time though. I'm finally dating Makoto, so that's all that matters. Best girl and my wife. So it just doesn't matter anymore. I'm done.
Hey, that's my wife too.
No, she married to me first, bitch. Get in line.
I literally played it before you. Both times.
Wait for me to dot. Oh, no, eat shit. I played Persona 5 before you did. I got it before launch date.
I played on the PS3. Fuck you.
I got it before launch date. Eat shit. Eat shit. I got it before launch date.
Whoa. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Makoto is for me. You can have Futaba.
Nah, I'll take Chie. I'm good.
Ugh.
She can eat my meat any day.
You like them bowl cuts. Mark of the Dragon. Anyway. Yeah.
So, well,
Fast
I'll say,
Fast and Furious.
you can get through Okumura because they simplified the dungeons a bit, so it's not as much of a slog to get through.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm totally gonna get back in. I just really don't want to do Okumura because I guess there's a new final boss, and I had that ruined for me, but only slightly. And I kind of want to get to it because it seemed interesting. And yeah, I heard that Futaba's dungeon was shortened. It didn't feel shorter. But Futaba's dungeon is the best.
So some of the puzzles that they had you do were, it's like some of the requirements were shortened, and some of them also became optional to get extra things. So actually, to complete it, it's shortened for sure.
I just remember Okumura is the one where you had to pick the right path to do whatever, right? It's in space.
There's some different paths, yeah, in space.
There's one where you had to pick the right path, and I purposely did the wrong one so I could fight all the enemies and level up my guy. And I'm just so stubborn with that shit, because in any RPG or fighting game, I have to kill every enemy in a dungeon so I can get the most out of my time. And with a game like Persona that is just so focused on time management, you gotta make the most of your time in the dungeon. So I had to kill everything until eventually I was just like, fuck this. Like, I'm not even having fun anymore.
Yeah, Mementos being upgraded really mitigates that, because I got a shit ton of XP in Mementos, where I was always over leveled in dungeons and stomping the fuck out of it. So it wasn't much of an issue for me.
If you put your stamps in anything up, unless anything other than experience, it's a waste of time. Experience boost is the perfect way to go. Because I don't get experience outside of dungeons, okay? I only get them in the dungeons. I can get money from fucking demons just by bartering with them. I can get items doing the exact same thing. I can buy items in the real world, you know? I don't need any of that shit. Just give me experience. That's the thing that matters the most. That's gonna make this even better. Okay, come on. I put all my stamps in experience. Anything else was just a waste. Can you hit max, like, stamp experience? Or?
You can max all of them. You have room to spare.
Okay.
Actually, you have just the exact amount to max all of them.
Experience is the most important. You gotta get that.
I actually think items is most important, so that way every flower pickup is most efficient. Because the more you max your items, the more the flowers you get.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just good for certain items. Like, every time I get the flowers, I just get the SP items. Like, I never get blank cards, or very rare. Like, if I have to spare, I'll just buy that. But I always just go for the SP items because that's the most demanding when you're in a dungeon. You know, like you go through a dungeon where ice is the most necessary.
Skill.
Yeah, skill. And you run out of SP with Yusuke, so it's like, well, shit, I gotta give Yusuke some SP, otherwise my guy's gonna run out of SP. And so on and so forth. And I also love the little robot guy. I forgot his name. I think it's Jonas, or what was it?
It's Jose.
Jose. He's adorable. I like his inclusion. I like that he doesn't really hurt. He doesn't really change anything. He's just kind of there and adds stuff, which is good. I also like that goddamn cat doesn't make me go to sleep every other fucking night. So that made getting max knowledge way easy. And
stats.
like even after I finished Futaba and everyone wanted to hang out with me, I boosted my charm, so it's like, well, shit, I can marry fucking Makoto right away.
Yep.
I like that. I like that. I don't even have to do game shows. I don't even have to do the fucking crossword puzzles. I'm set. Like I'm fine. I probably should because
Oh, I
there's.
did the crossword puzzle just for fun though.
I like the crossword puzzles, but I don't have to do them. I still do them. I just don't need to. And I'm focusing everything on my stats because there's a chance I'm gonna replay it. And max stats is the most important thing. I want to be able to tell that one. What's his name? The bald guy. I want to tell his henchman he's a fucking bitch because I have max guts. So there you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
So I wanted to know if you're maxing the new confidants.
What I thought of them?
If you're actually maxing them.
I'm not doing what's his name? Akechi. I kind of don't care. I've done a few of his, but I just I don't like Akechi. I've done the doctor dude, the psychiatrist, whatever he is. I've done him a few times. I'm pretty sure he's the villain. And what's her name?
Kasumi.
Is she a guy?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so, but somebody told me she was, and I was like, what?
What?
Or was she formerly? Somebody told me that. And I'm
No,
just
that person's high. What the fuck?
okay. I like her a lot, but I like Makoto more. I like Makoto way more.
Yeah, Kasumi might be number 2. Might be number 2.
It's just she's so into sports and shit, and I'm like she's so devoted. I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, I still like Makoto the most, and then second is maybe Futaba, but she's a little too much of her character. Fucking annoying.
Yeah, you'll know her more once you get further in the game.
Mm.
She's not really in it that much yet. But I gotta tell you, Kevin, you gotta max those new social links, cause that's how you get the new game shit.
Hey,
the new game content.
How do I give characters items again? I know I could do that, but I'm not getting the option.
So I think that's only when you go hang out with them on days that you don't rank up their confidant.
Yeah, but I did that with Kawakami, and it didn't give me an option to give her items. Thankfully, I didn't need it later on, but still.
I think it's just certain times you can, sometimes you can't.
Mm.
But I didn't really get the option. I only got it once with Soljuro.
Mm.
And I gave him something.
Who did I max out?
But
I think so far I've only maxed out Ryuji, who is best boy, by the way. He's a fucking homie. I maxed out Ryuji.
he's a homie.
I maxed out the doctor, and I think I maxed out the politician, which I surprisingly like the politician's route. I think it's very heartfelt, but that's just me. So I'm
Yeah,
having
no,
fun
he's
with
cool.
it.
He's one of the good ones.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I'm almost done maxing. Well, no shit, I'm almost done with Makoto, but I think I'm almost done with what's your name too? Kawakami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna keep playing. I just really don't want to do the next dungeon. But hey, if you say it's easier, then we will see. Having a good time though. I'm really glad you convinced me to get it because this is way better than the first one, and it's reminding me how good the original was. It's also reminding me how much I hate Morgana and genius design. I really love Morgana's design as a character. I don't like Morgana. She's so fucking cruel to
he's
Ryuji.
insufferable.
Mm-hmm.
Ryuji having spats with Morgana constantly throughout the whole game, like it's a mess.
Well, all that matters is Makoto is my wife, so there's no debating it. Anywho.
I think she'd appreciate how good you are in saving money, Kevin.
True.
But I think I'm more dependable, to be honest. So I think she'll respect that more.
Well, she also respects somebody who's cultured because she herself didn't really get to have a normal childhood like other people did. So I think she would appreciate, watching a sci-fi flick from you. It's like, I've never seen this film. Might we partake in it? And I'm like, babe, as long as you sit on my dick, there's just everything you could do. That's fucked up.
Kevin, uh, Encounters from the Third Kind, whatever the fuck that movie is. I get it, alright?
Yeah, that movie's flawless, and you need to get off your lazy ass and watch it, because we're doing fucking COVID. You got the time.
No, I
Not
don't.
anymore.
I don't. I actually
You
don't.
had the time. But I guess that's it for Persona. Not to drag on. That
Well,
really is.
I played the shit out of it. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that is. It's impeccable so far. I heard complaints that Persona 5. I have a friend, loves Persona. He doesn't like Persona 5 because he thinks it's cringier and more annoying than 4 or 3. I've played 4. 4 is cringier than Persona 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Every day's great at your Junes. I loved hearing that fucking every other day or so,
Yosuke is the worst, bro. Fuck off, Yosuke. I don't care about you.
The painter guy? Oh, I'm thinking of Yusuke. I always get them confused. Yeah, fuck Yosuke.
Yeah.
I hated him. I hated him. I'm glad I'm not the only one who did. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, that's a common sentiment I've seen. Yosuke's the worst.
Yeah, he's dancing with the trash can because he is trash. It's his natural habitat. Well, as far as games go, I did play some other stuff, but I don't have a lot to say on them. Is there anything you wanted to get really into?
Just one last thing about Persona 5. They changed some dialogue because of of slight homophobia
They said
or
retard,
whatever.
right?
Was that taken out?
Maybe I should take that out myself. Or bleep it or something.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, you've said it before. You can't save yourself.
I know, and I probably already said I don't ever... I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of, I never want to live in a world where I can't use the term retarded. I have since gone back on that statement, but well, I've said it already, so who knows?
Uh,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
the changes are fine. Whoever thinks that, oh, artist intent, that's what they wanted to say. I don't care. It doesn't really detract from the thing. Stop whining, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like... There are people who actually say these things. It's not out of the line for somebody to say stuff like that, But I get it. Like, I get it. But just suspend your disbelief for just a little bit.
To be fair, the things that they edited out about the two gay people, they made them from
Hang on.
creeps into just weirdos, if that makes sense. So it didn't really improve it that much in my eyes, but I don't know. It's still.
Okay, I did not
I
know
guess it
about
puts them
that
in a more
one.
positive light.
I must not have been paying attention. I was still thinking about the other thing I said. All right.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
it doesn't really change
it's
anything.
whatever. I mean, it doesn't really change much of the game, so it's whatever.
I really don't think that was necessary to call up, but we did it anyway. See.
Well,
David,
I was meaning to talk about it for a bit. Yeah.
but here's the thing. By giving it attention, we've now made it more important than it actually is.
Yeah. Well, I say learn from history and think of what. Have your own opinion about things. So.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Any more games to play that you played?
That I've played. That took all of my time. That took like more than a month to do. So actually no, but I do have some different game things to talk about.
Well, I got some very brief game stuff to talk about, so I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did buy another game that I convinced myself I would enjoy because I like. When I play Persona, my favorite parts are outside of the dungeon. And
Yeah.
I mean, the dungeon stuff is fine. I love a good RPG, and it's a good RPG. But I love the maxing characters and like doing all this fun side stuff outside, like through Shibuya or whatever. That's just fun. So I heard that this new game that came out recently, not too long ago, maybe less than a month, Sakura Wars, which is I've known about Sakura Wars for years. It's one of those games that is always being mentioned among like gaming forums and stuff because it's a series that never left Japan but is considered to be kind of like Sega's answer to Fire Emblem. And I heard that it was mostly like character interaction. Terms used specifically were dating sims, which I usually don't play unless you count Persona as a dating sim. So it's a little interesting.
No.
But another thing that influenced me to get it was that it's a game that I feel like nobody's talking about really. It didn't really get that many reviews from what I understood. And that usually draws me to a game even more. If there's a game that's decent but nobody's like talking about it or saying anything about it, I'm like, okay, that's the game I gotta check out. I'm into those hidden gems kind of thing, you know? So I bought it and I stuck it in my PS4 and I looked at it for 5 minutes and then I turned it off.
What? Why?
I didn't feel like playing it.
Is that
But
why you have such a brief time talking about it?
I wanted to say, in those 5 minutes, this game left such a good impression that I do not think it's going to be as good as my impressions gave me.
Oh.
I just kind of felt like I should beat Persona before I get into this. It'll take a while, I know, but I didn't want to get too invested into another dialogue-heavy game before I finished another dialogue-heavy game. So that's why I stopped.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not because the game put me off. The music in that game is fan-fucking-tastic. In the first 5 minutes, or maybe even 10 minutes, I played this game. Phenomenal. It was like, okay, I'm gonna like this. Another thing that influenced me to get this game is as it was being discussed, as it was like, being advertised, they put out that Tite Kubo, I call him Tite Kubo. The guy who did the art for Bleach
tight.
did the art for Sakura Wars. He did the character designs. Which, I like his character designs. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this shit out. I think the game looks fantastic. It's exceeded my expectations. I set such a low bar, and this game is already like, wow, this is pretty great. I know somehow the gameplay is gonna fuck it up. Remember how I told you that this was the answer to Fire Emblem for Sega?
Yeah, Fire Emblem.
It's a Muso now, and 10% of the game is a Muso.
Oh.
So I don't know how I'm gonna think of the gameplay. And I don't usually play dating sims, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the dialogue. But I was willing to give it a try. So hopefully by next Talkcast, I can give you my full fucking review of Sakura Wars.
Oh,
So I
great.
just thought I'd mention it because I've had.
Make sure to tell me which girl goes good with the crab ramen.
No problem, dude. I'll make sure to tell you which.
I have no idea what I'm.
I'll make sure to let you know who
I don't know what
Sakura
I'm talking
is.
Oh yeah, who's Sakura? Does she play soccer?
No, she plays Wars. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. Just that in 5 minutes it left such a good impression that it's probably going to be worse than I anticipate. But I have been playing one
Alright,
other
well,
thing.
I got
a tablet.
Oh, okay.
And a friend my friend fucking loves King of Fighters. That is his favorite fighting series of all time. I'm more of a Street Fighter guy myself. Marvel vs. Capcom all the way. He loves King of Fighters. And he's been getting me and my inner circle of friends into King of Fighters. And he convinced me to get a game on the tablet called King of Fighters All-Stars. It's like a gacha game, but it's a beat-em-up gacha game, which is interesting. I've never seen that done before. And I had been playing the fuck out of it. And do you know why?
Because it's fun.
King of Fighters All-Stars is currently having a WWE cross promotion.
Oh, right.
Where I can beat up anime characters as Dwayne the motherfucking Rock Johnson and the dead man himself, The Undertaker, as well as John Cena. And I have been having a fucking ride tombstoning and giving fucking Rugal and Terry Bogard the fucking people's elbow. It's hilarious. The Undertaker does moves in the game that he could literally, physically not be able to perform in real life. It's hilarious. I have been farming in-game crystals for fucking days trying to get everyone, and I finally got John Cena yesterday. This game is ridiculous. I love this. Is probably my new favorite gacha, and I don't play gacha that much. Last game I really got into was Battle Cats, and that's, whatever. I've been playing that since high school. On and off. Fucking King.
Looks like you gotcha, Kevin.
Hell, I didn't spend any money except for $5.
Well, it got your attention.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and you don't. Now that I have everything, I'm just kind of like maxing everything out with in-game stuff. I don't see myself spending money on this, and they're very generous with the in-game currency because not a lot of people play King of Fighters, so they're probably trying to get as many people into it as they can. But I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. My current team setup is The Rock, Undertaker, and The Rock. Because I have a second Rock. There's Rock with the shirt and Rock without the shirt. The one without the shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are totally different people.
The one without the shirt, you can equip the exact same moves, too. The one without the shirt is the good one. And I pulled him the first time, so it was really cool. I also have John Cena, but I'm only using the second Rock because I'm still trying to max out my John Cena. He's still a little underleveled. They also have the newer wrestlers, but, who gives a fuck? Like Kofi Kingston and, I forgot his name, but he's like one of the current poster boys for He's on like the cover of WW 2020.
Man, I don't know no fucking wrestling.
Yeah, but I totally recommend it. Give it a try. It's different from every other gacha, and even if you don't want to get into the beat 'em up stuff, you can just put it on auto and it'll do it for you, and that usually gets me.
Oh, that's funny.
1. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
So the that's what I would honestly rather have is a beat 'em up with fighting game characters than an actual fighting game.
Yeah, dude. It's genius. I like it a lot. It's a concept. I don't know if it's been done before. It probably has, but it's a concept I've never seen before with characters I enjoy. And I like King of Fighters characters. My favorite characters are the Akari Warriors. So I'll usually go Ralph and Clark and then Terry Bogard. Or I'm not too good with Fiona, but I'll pick her. Fucking Fiona. Leona. I always call her Fiona. It's Leona. I'll use Leona every now and then. So, like, just if I can get my favorite characters, I can do like a second team, But right now, I got the WWE crew, and it's fucking awesome. I highly recommend it. It's different, and it's worth trying, and they give you a lot of free credits just for playing the game. King of Fighters All-Stars. It's fun. Just if you need something.
Cool. Alright. I haven't played anything, but I have some things to talk about.
Okay. Why don't we take a break then? I usually like to take a break after we've gone through a lot of stuff.
Alright. Yeah, I need to wash my face. I'm sweating too much about The Rock.
Yeah.
And his shirtless persona.
I need to leak myself of this COVID because I just know it's ready of bursting out of my body. Oof. You gotta the hell out of here, Okay, fuck that. We'll be back.
So we talked about Resident Evil 3 last time, and one thing I forgot to talk about is how I think in Resident Evil 3, they have the pistols, the G19, 18, and I'm pretty sure that's for Glock. I guess they want to have the Glocks in as what the Jill is using, Carlos is using.
Yeah. And
because in the original Resident Evil, it was always a Beretta. She always using a Beretta, and that's a very specific type of gun. I guess they want it to be more modern in Resident Evil 3, and that's just interesting. Of course, the Samurai Edge isn't unlockable in the game, so you still have a Beretta. But, yeah, I guess Glock is the standard gun for Resident Evil 3 Remake, and it's interesting. What? I like guns! Kevin, stop! I don't appreciate this bullying tactic, okay? Alexa's listening to me talk about guns. I don't like it. Alexa, stop.
She's like, you can't tell me what to do.
Oh, she actually stopped.
Oh shit.
No, she stopped.
Oh.
Wait, does that mean she's still listening? Uh-oh.
Unplug her! Unplug her! Get that bitch out of here! No.
Good.
Fucking idiot. What else you got? What else?
I threw her out.
Get that bitch
So Last of Us 2 spoilers, we talked about it a little bit. I don't know anything.
Man.
I'm so glad the game's coming out next month. Hopefully I'll be able to actually beat it by the next Talkcast.
The game's probably fine, but
Okay.
if I'm allowed to say anything, it's not spoilers related.
No.
It's not spoilers.
Okay.
It's not spoiling the story. How about that?
Okay.
It just kind of seems like where are the clickers that I've noticed? Where are
Well, I've seen bloaters in the trailer, but I don't know about clickers.
like is this not a threat anymore? I'm more interested in that. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let you know. I'll play it. So.
I mean, yeah. You might as well tell me because I'm probably not gonna buy it. I hear it's good.
I'll have that in the back of my head. Where are the clickers?
You play that.
Where are they?
You play that while I play SpongeBob. Battle for Bikini
Battle
Bottom.
for Bikini Bottom.
That game is my childhood. It's fantastic. It's like a Mario 64 clone.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
It's one of my favorite games growing up. I sold it like an idiot for my favorite game of all time. So I don't know what was the worse or better trade-off, but I cannot wait. I got it on Steam so I could get it best quality possible.
Oh yeah, get those high quality sponge flips.
Hell yeah. Get to hear Tom Kenny's voice in quadruple HD, which is a lot.
Is that like
So
4K but with the sound?
wait, isn't 4K like 280 or 2160 or something? It's double what HD is, right?
It's 4360 no scope. With the boneless.
You fucking asshole.
What?
Was that
Tony Hawk's
Tony Hawk?
Tony
is
Hawk's
coming
in the
back.
news.
Holy shit, you're right.
1 and 2, yeah. Also, he talked to Joe Rogan. I have to listen to that, but Tony Hawk's a cool guy. I think I went to go meet him once at an event.
Always liked Tony Hawk. He always seemed like a cool dude. I walked into my
just a chill.
I walked into my brother watching The Simpsons, and it was the episode where Bart lives with Tony Hawk, and I immediately left the room. Because I'm like, I remember this episode. I remember all the jokes. I don't want to see this episode. And then I remembered the crossover episode with Rocket Power, where...
Oh, I remember that. That sounds awesome.
What's his name? Otto enters the Hawk's lair, and he's actually able to, like, get to the end of it. And that is such a more enjoyable crossover than the Simpsons one. Because Rocket Power is it's a sports show.
Sports.
And not a lot of kids liked it because of it. But Rocket Power was legit. And having Tony Hawk in
Rocket Power was lit.
like, fuck yeah. Remember Conrad? Fuck yeah, I love Conrad. Remember Raymundo?
What the fuck's his name? Gus?
Which one? Sammy?
The glasses kid?
Sammy. He's Sam.
Oh, okay, that's his name.
I liked all the characters in that show. Except for, what was his name? Squid? Twister?
Yeah.
He was just too stupid.
The fourth kid?
He was too stupid.
Yeah, he was the dumbass.
But everyone's favorite character is Tito. Never drink a coconut you found in the dark. That's my favorite thing he said. You know, the ancient Hawaiians once said, "Fucking best." That was a lit cartoon. Everyone used to. I never heard people saying they liked that show, but that was a quality Nick cartoon.
That
You
was a
know?
good show.
It was
Yeah, I loved
good.
watching it, even though I could never do sports.
One time, some dude was just uploading a lot of fucking Disney cartoons. I mean, Disney. Come on, Nickelodeon cartoons, and I decided to get into some that I didn't remember too well. I remember a lot of people said As Told by Ginger was really ugly, and it's like a weird character designs. That show has a lot of heart, and it's totally for girls, but it was really deep shit. Like I enjoyed watching that show. So Nickelodeon had some pretty good shit back in the day. Like, that's some pretty deep stuff.
Yep.
Not anymore, but we're adults, so had to grow out of it sometime,
It's not for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
Now we're into our animes for big boys.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the new episode of One Punch Man? Anyway, speaking of television, I actually watched.
Speaking of no, hold on.
Oh.
Speaking of voice actors, you turned me on to Troy Baker. Speaking of Last of Us, doing Action Bastard. Was he the role of Action
Yes,
Bastard
he was.
in
He was
Shin-Chan?
Action Bastard.
That's awesome. I
That
thought it
is
was just an audition.
awesome. That makes me that I have complained about that man to no end on this show, on this Talkcast. That 180. I fucking love Action Bastard. He's gonna.
He's a great voice. He can do so many roles.
No.
But he turns into some artsy fartsy dude later on. But you know what? He was Kanji in Persona 4.
Yep.
For like half of it. He did some shit. And once he got big, I guess he sold out. But he did what he did, and you can respect that for sure.
It happens to the best of them. At least people like D. Bradley Baker are still doing little things like animal noises and stuff. But, like I've said before, we need fresh talent out there. Emphasis on talent.
I'll emphasize fresh. Take a fucking shower, guys.
Jesus Christ, COVID.
Before you get in the booth.
Come on, save yourselves. Smells like dirt in there.
Hazmat suit on. Put on your ointment and your lubrication.
Rubber
please.
duck
Thank you.
slippers. Gonna need two. One in the bag, on your feet. One in the slipper, with the bag in the feet. Tastes so sweet. I watched something on TV. It's called Solar Opposites.
Oh, what is that? Oh no, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, so
Is that a cartoon?
Justin Roiland's animation studio worked on it. That's why it looks like Rick and Morty.
Oh right, yeah, I've heard of it.
It's like a sitcom for aliens that want to leave Earth. And it has a lot of the same
Alright.
kind of things that Rick and Morty does. Like ideas. But I like Solar Opposites more than the current Rick and Morty. Very much so. I think it's funny, and I think it is just so Justin Roiland tier humor that it makes it way more enjoyable than the modern Rick and Morty. Because they must have like hundreds of writers over there. I mean, okay, hang on. I'm over exaggerating. They have a lot of writers for Rick and Morty, so it always just comes off as like manufactured. But this show just feels like they were just coming up with shit, and it all worked out. I like it a lot. Make more. I think it's already been confirmed getting a season 2.
That's on Hulu, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to.
I'm thinking about getting Hulu again.
Dude, get there's like a package they're doing with. I know you don't want ESPN, but Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus.
Well, ESPN has that the Bulls documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So might get it for that also, because I heard that's pretty good. The Last Dance.
Hey, What We Do in the Shadows, that's exclusively on Hulu, and I highly recommend that.
Oh, I didn't know it was exclusive. Okay.
It's FX on Hulu, so that's the thing they're doing. That show, I also heard that show recently got approved for a third season. So awesome. It's hilarious. It's one of the only shows currently on TV that I'm enjoying on an actual channel station.
All right. Well, if I file for unemployment, maybe that extra money I'll put towards Hulu. All right.
Oh,
Sick.
come on. It's only $15. I mean, I know you got a lot of shit to get, but it's not that bad.
I just bought a car. I just bought insurance
You're
today. You know what?
killing me,
Insurance is fucking expensive.
David! Yeah, no, I
All
get
right.
you. I get you. You got things to worry about. But hang on. If you're trying to segue...
Yeah, I need sleep. No, I'm not trying to. What's that fucking guy's called? The sleep guys.
Sit and sleep.
Sit and sleep. Yeah, I need to sit and sleep after work so I can not die in traffic.
There you go.
From sleep exhaustion. Okay, thank you.
Good
night.
I'm gonna eat you real fast before I get flaccid.
What?
You just reminded me of one of my favorite Family Guy jokes. Is where Peter was a contestant on the dating game, and they were like, I guess the girl's question was, if you... I don't remember. If I was an ice cream, how would you eat me? And all the dudes like, I'd eat you all up and then go in for a double dip. Ha ha ha. And then goes to Peter's like, I'll eat you real fast before I get flaccid. It's so stupid.
All right.
It makes me laugh every time.
That's not bad.
It's a pretty clever... It was the old Family Guy, but I still think the new Family Guy's clever in some weird ways. I mean, I know a lot of people shit on Family Guy, like it's the Jerry Springer of cartoons, but they get clever when they feel like it. I've seen it. Like, they've got some decent jokes every now and then. But I guess because they do so many cutaways, it's like not as
Seth MacFarlane can be funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
I almost watched the Orville on Hulu too, but I didn't want to devote the time for that. But speaking of what do they call them? Streaming services. HBO's coming out with HBO Max, and it's like an amalgamation of a bunch of Warner Bros. Stuff. Because what I didn't realize is that Warner Brothers owns HBO, which I really should have, because it's in the beginning of literally every HBO show. A Time Warner company.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to have everything from HBO. They're going to have all this stuff from Cartoon Network, including exclusive stuff. And I hear they're going to have a new season from the Boondocks on there, which is going to be awesome.
Oh, shit.
Regular Show. The guy who made Regular Show made like a human version of Regular Show that was supposed to be for adults.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's coming on that, finally. Apparently they weren't doing nothing that whole time. They were making a whole second season while we waited for the first season to come out. So the show's going to be ready with 2 seasons when that shit comes out. So that's going to be cool. Adventure Time's coming back. I mean, these are little things, right? Like, I'm more interested in watching Sopranos and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Shows are hilarious. Maybe even watch some a little underrated HBO shows. Whatever. But something that's drawing me in that I saw recently, and I had already considered getting it because I like these streaming services. I only pay for Disney Plus. I could totally get it. I have voiced on here before my hatred for Zack Snyder, otherwise known as the Snide Hacker. The Zack Snyder cut.
That's a new one for me.
The Zack Snyder cut.
Oh, yeah.
Is being added to HBO Max, and I need to see it. I need to see that cut.
I'll see it because Batman v Superman was a fucking trash in the theater. I hated that experience.
I wanted to walk out so bad. I genuinely wanted to walk out the theater. I've never felt that before. Well, I did once, but the movie was a piece of shit. Like, it was expected to be a piece of shit. I fucking... No amount of changes was going to save that movie for me. Justice League was alright. I enjoyed it. It was bad, but enjoyably bad. I need to see how bad he fucks up Justice League.
Oh, that's right. That was for the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
But he came out with the Batman v Superman one too, right?
I heard that one improved the movie. I don't care. I'm never watching that again. I mean, hey,
Okay, so this is for the Justice
if
League.
it's on HBO Max, maybe, but I'm not purchasing or I'm not even gonna. If I have to put effort into finding it, I won't even bother. But the Justice League one, I
Okay,
have to see.
okay, the Justice League was okay, but I didn't want to watch that movie,
I need.
and
I,
it was okay, but in the bad way. It was like
yeah,
I guess I can live after seeing that, like
and you
shit.
know, in a campy way, my favorite character was Aquaman because he hammed it up like way hard. It was like if Dwayne the Rock Johnson was a superhero, and he
Mhm.
was Jason Momoa. It was awesome. Uh, my favorite My favorite part in the movie is just when fucking Aquaman's just flying in the air and it turns out Cyborg carried him. And he's just like, my man! And he throws him back down and it's like, God, I fucking love It's so bad, but it's so good because it's Jason Momoa. But
Mhm.
yeah, I need to see how bad he fucked this up. Or if it's better. I mean, I heard Darkseid's in it, but what does it matter if, wasn't very good? I mean, are we even still doing the Snyder, like, are we even still doing the same universe shit? You know? And one of the
I
biggest,
mean, Birds of Prey was kind of in it, but nah.
my big problem, and another thing I heard, which also made me want to watch it. This is the canon movie. This is the canon movie, not the
Mm.
the one that came out in theaters. This is more canon to the rest of the I was gonna say WWE Warner Bros. Lexicon than anything else. Than the Joss Whedon one. So I'm interested. I'm
Mhm.
interested in seeing what they've done. I I mean, it's they're beautiful movies. Don't get me wrong. I like his cinematography. That's what he's known for. That shot of Superman floating in the sky as he's like coming down is beautiful. I love that shot. Superman, I've said before, I'll always say is my favorite superhero of all time. It's just what that character stands for means so much for comic books and just like the world in general, you know? And I feel like Zack Snyder has done that character such a disservice that I can't help but hate everything he makes for the DCEU. No man has shit on a superhero's grave harder. And we're not even gonna address Joel Schumacher's fucking Batman 4.
Yeah.
Because that was bad, but I enjoyed that. Zack Snyder does not like Superman. It was more apparent. He gives Batman full frontal billing, and it's always about Superman getting his shit kicked in. I don't even remember
Mm.
the Superman movie he made. What was it called? Superman
Man of
Begins?
Steel.
Man of Steel. Writers are so stupid. Like, they just don't get it. They don't understand Superman as a concept. He's too OP, he's too strong. It's like, no, that's not the fucking point. Superman is the way he is because he's the symbol of freedom and the world and humanity itself. And that weighs down on him, on Superman. He's courageous, he's powerful, he's smart, he's got all these whatever, but at the end of the day, the weight is on his shoulders, and that's what brings Superman down, you know? Because
Mm.
while he may not be, he looks human, but he's an alien, right? But what makes him the most human is the way he, like, what's the word? Processes things, you know? He thinks like a human. He has feelings like people do. He has regrets. He has like happiness. There's things that make him feel good, you know? He's just as human as any other person on earth because he feels. And I just don't think Zack Snyder understands that. He's just kind of, just a fucking boring guy. He saves everybody. He's gonna come and save the day. Like, you don't get it, okay? You don't get what makes Superman so fucking good. But it's cool because Batman's cool, right? I mean, he's rich and he kills people. That's what Batman's known for. He doesn't even get Batman right. Batman is cool for all the reasons Superman isn't. Like, he's the human that defies the superheroes. Superman is the super, like, the alien that defies the humans. Like, that came out wrong, but you get what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying.
It's fine. Fuck Zack Snyder. Mad May continues. Zack Snyder, more like
Snyder hacker.
Shaft. Night. Never mind.
It's okay. I'm sorry I went on that rant. I get really passionate about it because I feel like
Shaft hiker. No,
that's
I don't know.
fine. I liked it. Don't worry. I just feel like Hollywood doesn't understand Superman. You got to make a good Superman movie from the internal perspective, not the external. We know he's powerful, but what does he go through, you know? What is the mind of Superman? It's really hard to write
That's
a
a good
Superman
title for a
comic,
movie.
apparently. Huh?
That's a good title for a movie.
What?
What is the mind of Superman?
There's even a comic about this guy who was tasked to write a Superman comic, and instead of writing it, he did a graphic novel on why he doesn't like Superman. And then,
Okay.
but it's what he learned about Superman through his journey, and I was like, it's interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting. And a lot of people hate Superman, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I didn't want to go on this tangent, but just now that we're explaining it, you know, that's why I don't like.
I'll say that. I mean, I can definitely hear that you have a reverence for Superman, the character. I think that I feel robbed because I haven't had such a good experience with Superman. I mean, I've watched Justice League or
They
whatever of the old cartoons, whatever.
He
But
can be kind of a prick.
I guess
He can be kind of a prick because that's the way people write him. But he's more complex than that.
yeah, I feel like it's just because of him being uh, portrayed as a disservice based on the material he's in, and but I have heard definitely people proclaiming how good Superman can be and how the specific media that uh, does put him does have him shine
Yeah.
to his best. But I haven't experienced that yet, unfortunately.
It's not like I didn't watch the cartoons growing up too well. Like, everyone's like, Batman anime series is so good. Superman was good. Justice League was good. I wasn't crazy into the cartoons, but I loved the movies. And there's just like this aura. This aura about Superman that's like you can't help but respect it, put it that way. And once you start like consuming it and like digesting Superman as a concept, and then read his comics, you watch the movies, and you realize he's just so much more than a fucking beefcake that can't be killed. And he has weaknesses too,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, can't really. Everyone can't even kill him with kryptonite anymore, because whatever. And I don't even hate Batman
I
either. Like, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, no. Uh, I guess the one part that I can refer to of like a good impression of Superman is at the end of Kill Bill Volume 2
Ugh,
with
that
David Carradine
that
death speech.
it's so out of nowhere, but it's a good point. It's just so out of nowhere.
Hmm. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's actually a
It's just
cool thing about Superman.
he's an alien, but he's just as human as any of us, despite the superpowers. You
Hmm.
know, that's what I love about Superman. That even though he's the savior to mankind, he's still just one guy who's experiencing it all, and the weight on his shoulders is just bigger than like every other superheroes by a bit. Like Batman is awesome because I said this earlier, retardedly I must say. But Batman is cool because he's human. But Superman is great because somehow he's more human than all of them, you know? He's not
more human than human, more human
I
than
sound like
human.
Persona. Like, can changing one's heart really make them a better person? The heart is blah blah. Like, human. I know. But what I'm saying is they have emotions, you know. And Batman's just kind of this stoic, like brooding, like asshole. Sometimes, you know, it makes him less of a person. And I like that dynamic. I like that Batman and Superman are like, they're like total opposites when it comes to being superheroes. It's interesting. But just because Superman's a hero doesn't make him, you know, I mean, just because he's a human doesn't make him the most relatable guy, you know?
More relatable, yeah.
Yeah. Very passionate about this. For years, I've been hearing that people, like, Superman's the worst, Batman's better. Why? Is it because he's edgy? He's not edgy, but at the time, a lot of the darker stuff was coming out. I think people don't even also don't like Superman because, well, it's a lot more positive. But whatever. I'm sticking onto this tangent. Point is, Zack Snyder did my boy dirty, and I can never forgive that. So kind of like how Disney did Luke Skywalker and all the older characters dirty, and I just can't respect that. These characters are bigger than the companies that are ruining them. And I'm done. I'm done on that. That was a tangent I did not mean to go on.
Hey, man. You gotta let it out. Gotta let it out.
It's Mad May. It's Mad May. Gotta let it out.
We're also cooped up. We have all our little our flaws teaming. We got our stress building.
Gotta let it out. Gotta let it out.
I had a joke
this
of that.
rage that's inside me. Yeah, I just thought of it. I didn't realize that was the reference you were making.
I made a parody of that song. I forgot what it was though, but I was thinking of. But that's fine. And more video game talk, unless you got something else to go on.
Nah, just hopefully someday someone who understands Superman, and I mean, certainly people do. I'll give out a recommendation if I haven't given it out already. The best Superman comic I have ever read is All-Star Superman. It made me
that's the one.
Tear up, and it couldn't have shined a brighter light on Superman. And a secondary, Death of Superman. Not just...
Oh yeah, Death of Superman. I was thinking of that video, yeah.
Not just the death of Superman, the rise and return. That whole story encapsulates what is so tragic about the death of a beacon, you know? The death of a hero. It's the ultimate hero death story. And that's it. It really shines a light on it. There's this guy...
Yeah, I watched...
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna get too into it.
I watched the video version of that with the fuck's that guy's name? Whatever that one kid's director that directed the Wrestling's Not Wrestling, whatever. He did the Death of Superman video of summarizing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've watched that, but I say give that a look to see if that's a good video or not.
I'll check it out. Yeah, enough of the superhero stuff. I do want to see the Justice League cut, and I might get HBO Max, so I'll let you know if that's worth the damn. It's coming out soon. But I do.
All right, cool.
I do have some more stuff I got to touch on. Also, if your favorite superhero is Hawkman, you are an infidel. All right.
Wait, Hawkman? Who is he? What's he even part of? Who was that?
He's in Justice League. Hawkman and Hawkgal. Might be Hawkwoman now. You know.
Oh, nah, I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right. So I did watch two other things I've been really meaning to get into, and it's kind of like, God, I could go on and on about this shit, but I wanted to say for the longest time I have been wanting to rewatch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because
Oh, okay,
I always
that's a weird one.
what
That's a weird one. I was actually, a lot of the things you were talking about, I've actually thought about recently, like As Told by Ginger and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I have this weird thing where just thoughts of having randomly come into my life in a more prominent way. And I think the world revolves around me. But anyway, go ahead.
I think of it like an untapped hive mind that we are all secretly connected to.
Yeah, collective unconscious. There you go.
Hmm.
Got it.
But yeah, I really have been wanting to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and part of that is I listen to a lot of Spotify, and sometimes I like to listen to movie soundtracks. I have a playlist, and every now and then I get tired of that playlist. Like I'm gonna look for some new things to try, and the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory playlist came up, or the album, and I listened
Hmm.
to Augustus Gloop because that's the one song I remember, and I'm like, this song sounds like a fucking Lost Oingo Boingo song. This song fucking slaps. And I listened to it. I'm like, man, was this movie bad? I remember people saying it was bad, but I remember enjoying it. I kind of want to watch it again. And Netflix recently put it back up. And before I get into
Hey,
that,
all
that
right.
also led me on this Danny Elfman Oingo Boingo like fucking
Okay.
platter thing. So I was listening to some Dead Man's Party, which is the best Oingo Boingo song. Don't at me. I know David thinks
Uh,
otherwise.
wrong,
Only a
wrong.
Lad
Only
is
a
a great
lad.
song. Only a Lad is a great song. Dead
It's also
Man's
a great story.
Dead Man's Party is the penultimate song. You
Dead,
cannot beat it.
Dead Man's Party slaps. It slaps. Yeah.
Holy shit, David, you're pissing me off. No, but I so many songs that Danny Elfman makes. I'm just like these are lost Oingo Boingo songs. Like you made these for
Yeah.
movies, my
True.
guy. These are like B-sides you never released. Listen to Nightmare Before Christmas.
True.
I'm like, I could totally fucking hear this. The trumpets. Actually, that's a bad example. That's like the least I've ever heard Oingo Boingo in one of his soundtracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recently rewatched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Every one of those songs, it's just like, fuck, this is the lost Oingo Boingo album that I never knew existed. Or I did, but I just forgot about it. And it's on the horns, too. Because he does every single Oompa Loompa, but it's just voice pitched. And I
Mhm.
wasn't sure if it was the actor or not, but I knew because in the background you hear some go, "Oh!" Like that's Danny Elfman. that's his normal voice. It's all him.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I rewatched it, and I know a lot of people are. There's like a whole war of the fans of the original and the fans of the new ones. I'm a fan of both. A lot of people say
Mm.
that Johnny Depp is weird. He's like a pedo. He's got this weird character.
Okay.
It,
That's a bit
it never
much.
comes off as like I know a lot of people are like it's just Johnny Depp. I'm like it never comes off that he's just Johnny Depp whenever I watch this movie. It feels like just this weird. I mean, everyone says they're different. Like they're like oh this isn't the same character. Both characters played by Gene Wilder or the one character played by Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp couldn't be more similar. They're
Yeah,
weirdo
they're totally different.
eccentrics. They're no, hang on. They're weirdo eccentrics that don't really care for children and are like, oh God, what's the word? They're like eager to not have this fucking. I'm losing basic words, and it's like
Competition.
tour.
This tour.
There you go. And they're very similar characters, but they play it off differently.
Mm-hmm.
But I always felt these are similar. Like, why hate it? And it makes 100% sense why Johnny Depp is the way he is in this movie. Because he's a kid that grew up with a strict father that would never let him try chocolate or candy.
Yeah.
And he never really had a childhood because of it. So when he leaves home and he comes back and his dad is gone, he's just kind of out on himself, and he never really learned how to be adult because all he wanted to do was find out, oh, I need candy. I want to try candy. I want the best candy. He's got the mind of a child, right? He's just a big man child with all this power. And it makes sense. It makes sense for Johnny Depp to be acting like that. You know? He's just a big kid. And in the old one,
Yeah, I
he's.
felt like
Go ahead.
he definitely put what the character went through into his character.
And in the old one, Gene Wilder's just kind of like this cynic douche. She's like, fucking kids, just get out. You're ruining my chocolate. You're ruining my candy. I mean, that movie took a lot of liberties, and the music is beautiful in the first one. Not even beautiful. The main song is beautiful. The rest of the music is the same shit, but with different words. Fucking Danny Elfman put personality in every one of those songs. I love the music in that is like a soundtrack worth owning. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory album.
Oh,
Augustus
okay.
Gloop, Augustus Gloop, big and greedy nincompoop. It's memorable too. Like it's good. It's good. And the casting for these kids, these are excellent kid actors. They all did exactly. I mean, these kids are basically like four of the seven deadly sins, right? Gluttony, wrath, pride, and greed, and they play off those characters really well. And another
Hmm.
thing is this movie has a lot of good humor. Like there's some really good jokes. There's a part where, okay, so I was gonna say Danny, fucking Willie's dad tells him if you want to eat chocolate, you go ahead and leave, but I'm not gonna be here when you come back. And he goes and he's like crossing all these flags and stuff, eating chocolate from around the world. And it turns out he just went to a museum of flags from the world. He's like, "Hey, kid, we're closing. Like, you can't stay here." And he tries to go back home,
Okay.
and there's just a big fucking chunk of building missing from where his house used to be, and it's gone. Right? His dad wasn't there when he came back. It's one of those like buildings where it's all connected, and their house was on that, like a New York style kind of house. And so
Yeah.
that his specific portion of home was just fucking missing from the plot of land. And later, like way later at the end of the movie, Charlie helps Willie confront his father, and they walk they walk into this random ass tundra in the middle of nowhere, and there is sitting the missing plot of land that used to be where he lived. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. Uh, but yeah, this movie has pretty good humor, and I just think it's shunned because it's not Gene Wilder, the '80s version, which I think is totally unfair because both of these movies are different, and they both offer something that's very welcomed. It's very welcomed. I think the older one is more light-hearted, but this one's just a fun like hell yeah, like I'm ready to watch this movie. It was pretty good. It exceeded my expectations. This is a solid 9 out of 10 kids movie, dude. This was awesome.
Hmm.
I thought it was really good for what it
Okay.
was.
Well, I mean, I watched it as a kid. I and I still have the same opinion where I think I prefer the original, but I'm open to seeing it again. I didn't hate the experience,
Honestly,
but
I have like reasons why I think the old one is worse than this one. But
okay.
to each their own. Listen, I know it's a classic. It's absolutely a classic. It's a good movie. The old one is it's just as good. I'd say they're equal on equal grounds, honestly.
Hmm.
And I even heard that Roald Dahl's daughter liked the new one better than the old one because it was more what Roald Dahl was going for. But to each their own. To each their own. They're good movies. I highly recommend giving it a second chance. Gene Wilder, classic take on the character. I just feel like Johnny Depp got a bum rap because he's not Gene Wilder, and that's just not fair. So, whatever. I mean, it is Tim Burton, and he casts fucking Johnny Depp and everything.
Uh,
Yeah,
well, it was also just the movie in general. It wasn't just Johnny Depp, but I think Johnny Depp was fine, you know.
I
But
I think it was a solid kids movie. At
okay,
least that, you know.
all
Like
right.
I looked on Rotten Tomatoes. It had an 84%, which I know is a awful way to gauge a movie, but that sounds about right. Like that sounds okay. Like people
Mhm.
did like this movie. It was just kind of, you know, everyone says Gene Wilder's better, but I'm like, why? You know, he's good, but you know, just opinions. We got them. They're all gonna be different. But I'm not done with Tim Burton. I'm not done with Tim Burton.
Cheer up,
Right
Charlie.
after that, I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for some more Tim Burton, gothic, macabre shit. Like, Charlie and Chocolate Factory is pretty, it's pretty lighthearted for Tim Burton. But after that, I was like, I have an hour to kill. What should I do? And I saw that Corpse Bride was on Netflix for only like an hour and 17 minutes.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'll give this a watch. And I watched it. I want to say that both these movies exceeded my expectations. And somehow
Mm.
The Corpse Bride was both worse and better than I remembered it being.
Mhm.
Like it kind of feels like they were just trying to replicate the feeling of Nightmare Before
Night,
Christmas because it's so
Nightmare
like
on Elm.
macabre,
Yeah.
like it's so uh, dark and mysterious, and ghosts and dead shit. But the music was worse. The music was worse in this movie. Like it's
Mm.
Danny Elfman. He's the same guy, and I think the only memorable songs are the piano song that Victor and both of them. There's one he plays by himself and one with the Corpse Bride, Emily. Yeah, and the music wasn't very good. It was Danny
Mhm.
Elfman could have done a better job. And then the beginning of the
I
movie.
mean,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I'll say I don't. I mean, this guy's been with Tim Burton for a fucking long time doing music for him. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta imagine that shit. You'll be like, how many fucking versions of my music do you want, dude? Like,
Hey
shit.
man. Hey man. He did. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas is magnum opus, but he did a fantastic job on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as far as music goes. I mean, did you like the music in that movie? If you can remember.
I don't remember it now.
Oh man. Well, I think he's done better. I think he's capable of doing better. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but still, the product is a worse off movie. But the
Anyway, Corpse Bride.
piano solo is good. Yeah, and the intro. I remember the intro track the most because it's just catchy. Yeah, like it's a very sad day. Now don't be that way. I remember that shit since I was a kid, and it's really. I get why they did this. The real world is like really gray and dim. And it's just kind of like, and it doesn't get colorful and bright until they go into the underworld. But the
The
movie's
Dead
an hour
World.
and 17 minutes, and I'm like, you guys could have. They rushed through it. It's just like, okay, so this guy is a rich son of a rich fish salesman, and he's gonna go marry this girl so that, you know, they can get into royalty. And they're both kind of awkward and afraid of getting married, but they start to hit it off. And then he runs away because he can't get the vows right. And then he just marries the corpse bride. And that all happens within like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, I feel like this could have been fleshed out more. It feels like so rushed. Like this all just kind of fucking happened. And
Oh yeah.
I need room to breathe, dude. But I guess I get it in the sense that they want to get you into the underworld like now because it's interesting down there and not up here, which I get. But then also they introduced the villain like right at the start of the movie. And I'm like, I feel like it's too soon. Like you kind of just included him because you needed a villain, and it makes sense because he's the guy who kills the corpse bride, like from way before all this. But it's just he just feels included because they needed to include him.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So he
It's
goes to the
very.
afterlife. the first opening number for the Afterlife thing is fucking bad. Like it's has its moments, but it's like, oh god, let this be over. And then after that part, everything gets better. It's just so the pacing is better. The what's the word? The setting is better. It gets better. It's overall more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stays that way. It's a constant. It just gets better and better and better as it goes on. I'm like, all right, this is awesome. It took a while to get here, but it's great. And then it just ends. Like, oh,
Oh,
okay. I mean, the story resolves its stuff. Like, oh, he marries the girl he was supposed to. The corpse bride lets him stay alive, and they kill the guy who killed her. And then it just kind of ends. Like, okay, that's it. They're married. Like, I thought they haven't even gotten married yet. You just kind of let them be together. Like, I guess it's just implied, like, they're gonna get married soon or whatever. But I just thought that was really abrupt. Like, she just kind of dies and goes off. This movie's an hour and 17 minutes. I feel like we could have included a bit more, but it is claymation, so I guess you can assume that a lot of time and effort was put into it, and they didn't have a lot of time to include as much stuff as they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the middle, I mean, I don't even want to call it the middle. Like, most of the movie, at the center point, is great. Everything else is like, okay, you rushed it. It's a little abrupt. But it's good. I give it an 8 out of 10. Enjoyable movie. Are you
Sorry, what?
you okay?
I'm falling asleep over here. Anyway,
Uh,
we're moving on.
wow. Fuck you.
I was becoming a corpse called death in the form of sleep as a little treat.
Did you really fall asleep during that?
No, I just kind of blanked out for a bit.
Oh god. Well, that's gonna be fun to listen to later then. Sorry. But yeah, I guess that's all I had left.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
It's okay. I mean, I can go on tangents, so it's fine. It's expected. Go ahead. Is there anything else you need to talk to? Because I have little things, but that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. So for games,
Fuck, you should
I have
have let it.
some news.
Oh, okay.
Well, some sort. I mean, I mentioned Final Fantasy VII last time.
Mm-hmm.
I got it thanks to UPS. Fuck UPS.
Huh.
But it took forever. But I'll play it when I can. But I still need to go through the original version Midgar first, and then I'll play it. But they announced another game in the Paper Mario franchise.
Oh, joy.
Which Paper Mario is my favorite game.
Paper Mario or Paper Mario Thousand Year Door?
Paper Mario.
Oh.
We've gone over this.
I like both. I think they're both fantastic. And the second one is my favorite one. It is my second favorite game of all time. But I've seen the trailers. It looks interesting, but I still think they're gonna fuck it up somehow.
I'm gonna hope that it's good and it's on the Switch.
I'm cautiously optimistic, but very cautious. It's like
I hope they do good. Yeah.
It's like you're not allowed to be like creative with these games anymore. It's just okay. You got Toad. You got Bomb. There isn't even series like unique characters anymore. Well, I mean, I guess now the origami creatures, right?
Yeah. So when the games start going downhill with Super Paper Mario,
but I like Super Paper Mario.
Where they, overall it's a good game, but you could see the signs of where it went bad because, like you were saying, the party characters just turned out to be these shapes, not even real personalities. So
Well, you got Bowser, Peach,
and
and
then
Luigi.
after, yeah, you could play that,
I get you. I get
but
you.
you know what I mean. Just like, and then
S-
what they went to Sticker
That
Star.
game was an
I
insult.
think I think Miyamoto had a hand in that,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't want people to. He didn't want it to be an RPG because he thought people wouldn't like it or something.
He's an idiot.
Fuck you, Miyamoto.
The
Jesus.
demo was
You
perfect.
know.
The demo was perfect.
Oh, was it? Okay.
No, you never saw it. It's straight up. You had partners. It was a classic Paper Mario game, and he fucked it up.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Wow. Then they did Color Splash, and I heard that one was a waste of time.
I heard it was good from a written
Right.
standpoint, but not from a gameplay standpoint.
Yeah. Well, gameplay is a big part of me in that game because like it the writing can be funny, but gameplay is for that type of game is I don't know
Well,
60%, seventy
you know
percent.
what, David? I think the new ring system looks interesting. I actually think it looks cool. But
I'm kind of keeping away from footage, but I do want to know what people think of the game before I get it.
I think you should look at it, David, because considering it's a new Paper Mario game, that would be playing it way too cool.
Yeah, it's risky. I get it.
Well, the battle system looks interesting. I'll say that much. But I don't
Hmm.
see experience, so I don't know. Which is the biggest fucking tragedy of the new Paper Mario games. Is it's an RPG with no gain. So what am I supposed to? What is the incentive for
Yeah,
fighting enemies?
they did that with another game. It might have been Color Splash
Mm-hmm.
or something where it's like there's no reason to fight enemies anymore.
Yep.
They just gave you items. So it was a waste of fucking time. That's what I was hearing. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're origami. That's more paper shit. So that's fun. They could do stuff with that.
Actually, there are people complaining that there's too
Uh,
much paper shit, but nah, it's cool. They can go with the aesthetic, but
oh man,
as long as it's
that's
interesting
funny.
and fun to play, I'm gonna probably check it out. But fingers crossed.
There's there's too much paper in my Paper Mario. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
you
Really?
could just buff that out, just nick that out. That's
Yeah,
Miyamoto.
just fold it back. Make it nice and neat.
Well,
Japanese culture. More like let's westernize that shit
Miyamoto,
and
more
make
like
it easy
you
to
senile
consume.
fuck. You're ruining my games. There it is.
All right.
Respectable man, ruining Paper Mario. In fact, the only reason why we need to keep Miyamoto is so he can make me a new pristine Pikmin 4. Because Pikmin 3 is my favorite game on the Wii U. That game is fantastic. I beat it twice. I love that game. Good game. Good game.
Yes, stay alive so you can make another Pikmin game, and then fuck off with Star Fox, please.
Never make Mario. Never make Luigi's. Never make Legend of Zelda. Never make Star Fox. Don't touch my Paper Marios. Don't touch any game other than Pikmin. Okay? You did good. You did
You know
great.
what?
We all love you regardless, but you gotta stop because you fucked up my favorite series. Ugh.
Yeah, you can play with Donkey Kong in the corner. Uh, but yeah, fuck off.
God, could you imagine Miyamoto touching a Kirby game and just being like,
Oh,
I think a suck
oh
ability is
God.
the only ability he needs. Like, I'm gonna watch you die. No, not really, but yeah.
He's getting there.
Yeah, well,
He needs a one up. Aha, get it? Alright, it's done. Alright.
what else you got?
Uh, well, looks like Switch is getting some use. So, got XCOM 2 soon in May.
Mhm.
Paper Mario. Hopefully it will be good. I'm glad I got a Switch, to be honest.
You know, it's
Because there's
something.
some good shit coming
There's
out.
something they added to the Switch online store. They added some SNES games. I think a NES game, but they
Ooh.
added a. This game is classic. In America, it's called Puzzle League, but in Japan, it's called Panel Dippon. Panel Dippon. I have a Super Famicom, and I have that game on my Super Famicom. The fucking joy it brings me that I can play that game online with my friends is unreal. Have you ever played Pokemon Puzzle League
No.
or heard of it?
No.
It's
Oh,
basically
I think I've
that,
heard of it.
like Tetris Attack. It's that,
Oh, okay.
and
Cool.
this game is it's the one of my favorite puzzle games ever. It's underrated. I'm so glad they brought it. But David, they also brought another classic that you can totally play online with. I wonder if it'll work fine. Fucking Wild Guns. Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Wild Guns. Respawned. You've never played Wild Guns.
I've played Wild Guns.
You've never even heard of Wild Guns.
I've played it. What are you
Oh,
talking
okay,
about?
okay. But yeah, dude, fucking classic Wild Guns. It's on SNES. You can get the updated version with more characters and I think another stage on Switch. But if you just want the OG,
Hmm.
which is just as good, I would check it out. Recommending Panel
Cool.
Dippon and fucking Wild Guns all the way. Great games. Anything else?
Awesome. Uh, I kind of wish I got a regular Switch because
I fucking knew this was coming. I fucking knew. Either it was from you or my other friend who also got a mini. I knew the shit was coming.
yeah, because most of the time when I can play games is when I would want to play on the big screen TV.
Uh,
Uh, I'm kind of regretting it, but I still like the light. I'll just say that.
oh man, listen. I get why you got it, because you don't have a lot of cash, but you like to play games. So it's the thrifty option, and you still play the games. They're still as good on the well, no, because you want to play it on TV.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Maybe you should sell it and get a new Switch.
Yeah, I'll make sure to go to GameStop and break the door with it, the door window.
eBay, you can do it eBay. It's more trustworthy. Probably get
Is
more
it? I
bang
don't
for
know
your
who has the
buck.
COVID.
No, you're selling it, dude.
Right, right. I just meant eBay in general, cause I was
Yeah.
buying stuff from it. I'm like, I'm not sure if I should be buying shit.
The most shit I ever bought was Animal Crossing cards, so I'm fine.
Yeah, nobody there has COVID. They stay inside playing Animal Crossing.
hmm I actually bought a custom Animal Crossing card thinking it was gonna have like heart and love put into it. They just put a shittily looking leaf sticker on it and wrote the name of the character. And I'm like, you gave me a discount, so that's why I bought it. But still, my guy, I was hoping for better presentation. Worked though. It worked though.
All right, cool.
Anyway, I you should upgrade. You should upgrade if you can, because I think the mini is a gamble. It's a total gamble. But you made it,
Yeah,
so
it's I like it. I like it a lot. It's just wish I could play TV on sometimes, you know.
upgrade when you can. Maybe they're gonna make a better one. Maybe that's the time to go for it.
Yeah, I'll see.
Cause they already made a better one, but it's not like it improved anything. It's just a better battery life.
Mhm.
Anyway, what else? I got some last minute things. If you're done.
Well, I was also thinking of maybe getting the new Xbox when with Cyberpunk, because
Does
it
it
got
come
kind of
out?
that kind of looks cool.
Wait, when does the new Xbox come out?
Probably later this year, maybe November.
I'm just gonna get Cyberpunk on PC.
Well, yeah, you got a beefy PC, you might as well.
True. And I've been telling myself I'm not gonna get it, but this is one of those games where it's like you gotta double down and go for it. That's what I did with Red Dead, and I didn't regret it.
Yeah, Cyberpunk is like one of those games every few years where it's like, yo, You gotta play this because
Hmm.
there's so much work that's been on this game, and
I
it's been
still
coming
think it's
for a
gonna
long
be a
time.
disappointment, but it looks cool. Might check it
Get
out.
that Keanu Reeves
You're
in my head.
breathtaking. Ha 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 ha. Anything else, David?
No, my
Yeah,
list has
trying to truck
been
through this.
vanquished.
All right, so one thing I've been doing during this quarantina is listening to some YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them that I've been watching to is a channel I know David is aware of, Matt McMuscles.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching What Happened. I don't know much about the Super Best Friends. I did watch them in high school, but I wasn't crazy into them. All I knew is I liked Wooly, and I liked Pat, but I wasn't crazy about Matt. But
Mm-hmm.
then I saw his channel, and I like Matt. I like him more than Pat now. I've been watching his What Happened series, and I hate the way he says it. What happened? Like, and
It's an
it's funny
inside
because I'm
joke.
watching him.
Yeah.
I was watching him, and he has like all these guest appearances, and I'm like, I know all of these. He had there's a guy I used to watch back in the day, Happy Video Game Nerd. He's
Yep.
now stopped skeletons from fighting,
Yep. That dude's
and like he had
awesome.
him on there. Yeah, I love that guy. Hi, I'm Derek Smee Derek. And then there's oh, what's his name? Little wolf is missing an eye. He's got to wear an eye patch on it. It was funny. He wasn't in the actual episode. They were talking about the WCW. And he's like, this video is going to be featuring my favorite Irishman. It's him. He comes out like, yeah. And he stops. It's like somebody else. And the utter disappointment on his face is hilarious. Like they brought him in just for that one segment, and it made me laugh.
Yeah. Get fucked.
Oh, David. God damn you.
What? What?
You just... You give me COVID.
Through the internet? Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That's gonna be the new, this gave me cancer. This gave me AIDS. It's now, this gave me COVID.
Uh-huh.
Man. I don't know. I thought I'd mention it because David likes that guy so much. Yeah, I'm enjoying his videos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's made some recently about Sonic, about the... Shit, what's the recent one?
Uh, what, his videos?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the recent ones. I've kind of
Oh, it
just
was
been...
the Outlaw Star.
Oh, Eye Patch Wolf. No, I'm actually glad you brought that up. I have the Blu-ray of Outlaw Star a friend gifted me, and I still haven't watched it. I've been meaning to, but with anime, you kind of have to focus on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I want something in the background. If I want to watch Outlaw Star, I want to actually watch the damn thing. So no, I haven't seen it yet, David. I wanted to, but
Yeah, I've been meaning to get an
yeah,
Outlaw Star for a while.
I hear it's a more lighthearted, or yeah, it's a more lighthearted, Cowboy Bebop, which is enticing all the same. I saw the first episode and it really caught my attention, but I didn't finish it just because things things happened.
The things!
The things. Well, I have nothing else, and neither does David. We went
John
on for a
Tron made a
while.
video. It was pretty good.
Oh, I saw it. It was pretty good.
Well, I think he really shines when the material is good. That he's actually doing a
Uh,
video on. Um,
that and
yeah,
I think it was mostly just him, right? Like because of the COVID.
yeah. He can't have any extras or anything, so it's all him again.
It was great. I liked it. Uh, I mean, a lot of his more recent videos haven't been that funny, but they've been interesting enough. Like, I liked the Crystal Head Vodka one,
Oh yeah.
and I also liked the. Oh man, I had it and then I lost it. I think the Goop one was alright.
Yeah, it was
And
okay.
everyone talks about fucking what is it? That's black stuff that stops leaks.
The flex tape.
Yeah, everyone talks about flex tape, and I'm like, that one's just okay. Like, it's fine, but it's just so like written, so manufactured.
Yeah, I think it's more because of the production value that he puts into the videos that like
Yeah.
wows people. But yeah, the jokes, it really depends.
If he's the one who wrote the latest one, you gotta be more involved with your writing, dude. Because sometimes your homies have like really bad jokes.
Hmm.
Like, they're not that funny. And man, I think the last JonTron video I truly enjoyed before this one was the video game PSA ones. And I can tell you the exact joke that made me laugh every time is the one where it's Luigi, he's chilling in like a fucking alley. He's like, ha ha, ha, right? Look, there's Luigi, he's eating mushrooms. It's funny, right? It's fucking funny, right? He just throws the shit. It makes me laugh every time. And I just don't get that from newer JonTrons. I mean, it had to happen to him someday. It wasn't gonna be good forever. But he's still getting the views, so he's doing something right.
Well, I think him releasing them in a very sporadic way helps in this case.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how I feel.
You know what? Fuck it. We're talking about YouTubers. Another YouTuber I've been watching recently, or just in general. This guy. His name is Maximilian Dude. Maximilian Dude.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, video
And
games guy.
yeah, he mentioned that before too. I like his content. I like watching his videos. He's a very passionate guy. Loves fighting games. Loves Final Fantasy VII apparently, and he's a very cool guy to watch. You can tell he loves games. And really knows what he's talking about. So he helped me get into fighting games. That's for sure. Because I never used to like fighting games before my friend, and that guy got me really into them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But anyway,
I just can't get into
yeah,
fighting games. Just the how to control them and how to get good at them are just so weird to me.
it's once you realize that most fighting games all have like a similar control scheme. It's all about just learning the mechanics. So in Third Strike, the big thing is the parry system, where you
Hmm.
have to block. Like if you time it right, you can
Negate
completely
damage.
block a character's move. Yeah, and then you can get an attack back if you do the input right.
Right.
And it's just mind games. Fighting games are just mind games at that point, where it's like, all right, I have to know when this guy's gonna hit me so I can do this attack, or I have to know when's the right time to do this attack. It's I feel like the hard part isn't even learning the characters or doing the moves or whatever, because I can do Ken's specials like it's fucking nothing. Sometimes the input doesn't go through, but I know exactly what I'm doing. But in the specific game that I'm playing, it's like understanding how everything works before I can actually, begin to get good at it. And I'm not even good at fighting games either, so it's a devotion. You got to devote yourself to it. You have to want to be good to be able to get good. And I
Yeah.
just don't think I have the time for that.
Yeah. I can't get with that. I need to improve over time and see myself get better. If there's
Hmm.
such a large hump where I have to overcome or get used to everything first before I can start getting good, that's not I can't get with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially since like it's just the difference between winning and losing. And I guess once if you actually really play well, you can be proud of how awesome you pulled it off. But I don't know. I just don't see like those are the only two things that can happen at the end of a match. I guess a tie technically, but I don't know because of like in other games, like there's different things you can do, but in fighting games, it's all based on what you can do in
No, it's
that
just
moment.
it's like I'm not even competitive either, you know.
Hmm.
So I don't have the edge to want to get better. So
So yeah, fuck fighting games. Put more beat 'em ups with fighting game mechanics. I'll be down for that.
I don't agree with that one. You just gotta find that fighting game that resonates with you. For me, for the longest time, it was Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. That game is a treasure. It's I fucking as soon as I start that shit up, Venom, Ryu, Wolverine, let's go. And then fucking Third Strike is just a phenomenal fighting game. That is the premier fighting game. People are still playing that. And it wasn't huge when it first came out. And I think it has a lot to do with the characters. But now the characters in Third Strike are so beloved, dude. It's insane.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's you got to find that fighting game that resonates with you. Otherwise, you're never gonna wanna get good.
Well, I mean,
And to
I
all
was,
of those curious out there, I main Alex and Ken. Go ahead.
I mean, I tried playing Super Street Fighter 4 for a bit,
Mm,
and I don't know. I was trying to get with it. I thought I was doing cool things, but I was apparently playing it wrong. Uh, I guess I was doing random things. That's how someone described what my what my gameplay was.
uh,
But I
yeah,
know
that's
I
happened to me
lost a lot
too.
of times, but I felt like I was getting somewhere in how I like to play it, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't doing it how that person or I guess how people think you're supposed to play it. Is
Yeah, that's another thing with fighting games is that like there's a certain way everyone likes to do things, and if you're not with it, then they just don't take you seriously. So it gets very serious among these nerds. But I'd like to
yeah,
end
whatever.
this.
I'd
I'd
rather
like to
fucking
end
watch
this.
I'd rather watch boxing and or learn how to box rather than fucking play a fighting
But
game.
mm, I'd like to end this talkcast with something someone once told me at a Best Buy a long time ago. I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the original edition, had just come out, and I picked up the controller and I really wanted to check it out because the roster on this game was insane. They added all these characters I loved, like, oh dude, it's Beautiful Joe, oh dude, it's Zero, oh dude, it's Amaterasu, and played it, and some black dude came up and picked up the remote. Was like, "Hey, what's up, man? You like Marvel vs. Capcom?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a pretty cool series." And I just remember picking Amaterasu, and the guy goes, "Ah, shit, Amaterasu,"
What?
and I just never forgot that. And it always makes me smile when I think of it. That guy kicked my ass, but shook my hand afterward, and
Wow.
it's a little
Sounds like
reminder that there's some good people in this world. In this COVID-filled world.
he sounds like a
Good
stand-up
night.
guy. I would like to meet him. All right.
Okay, me too. Maybe I'll see him. Maybe if I ever go to Evo, I'll see him again. But anyway, good night. This was awesome. Thanks for listening. Hopefully next month COVID will not be as bad.
Yeah, it'll be a jammy June. Yeah, boy.
It already ended, fam.
Oh,
Too
nice.
late. Good night, everybody.